Hi everybody, welcome to this P1 English listening reactive video. You can use this video to reactive your listening and comprehension as I speak. Before we start, remember subscribe to the channel, click on the bell, and follow you on Instagram. You ready? Okay, so today I'm going to talk about teenager. Today really relevant topic because all of you will teenager one, or if you're really young, you be a teenager at some point. We are going to talk about some of the good things about being a teenager and some of the not so good things. Before we get to the cons, let's kick the thing up with the pro. The first positive thing about being a teenager, you are your way to become adult. It's really exciting, right? Another cool thing about being a teenager is learning new things. Kids, a lot of concepts or ideas are beyond our grasp, but we live a little older, we start understand that thing. For example, teenagers can dig deeper into subjects like economic, business, sociology, and ton of other things. I remember that I first started learning about government and police during my teenager year. I also remember my writing skill improving a lot when I was able, and even now when I'm looking back on some of my old writing, I don't find it that bad. How about you? Do you feel like you're learning a lot of teenager and other positive thing that result from adolescence in the get strong physically? To be honest, this were on a very thing. I also remember my writing skill improving a lot when I worked at the era, and even now when I'm looking back on some of my old writing, I don't find it that bad. How about you? Do you feeling you learners lost a teenager? Another positive thing that result from adolescence is that you get strong physical. I remember that I first. This effect that a lot of teenagers go through during their last couple year of high school. I was fascinated by the fact that I was able to lift more and more weights. I could get bigger and stronger. This is every boy dream, right? No, nowadays I'm not that big and strong anymore, and I can barely find motivation to homework out and fight time. Okay, one more positive thing about being teenager that you can start right. Of course, in most countries you can drive until you're about 18 or so, but in the US you can get your license when you're 16 and not that, but you can also get your driving permit when you're only 19 and a half, just like others. When you have your permit, you are allowed to drive with your parents' car with still considering the fact that you're not even 16 yet. One of the most memorable day of yours was first day a drive to school in my old car after I got my license. I thought I was coolest kid in the world. Alright, let's talk rightly about few the negative aspects of being a teenager. First and foremost, property. Um, um, Anyone who has gone through puberty know that most of the time it's not fun. Your body train, your voice train, or part of thing train. And for me, absolute worst past puberty will having answers. I'm sure a lot of has and I still have it. I still have ants, even though through ground means. This is definitely one of most um Anyone who gone through puberty and know that most of time your body train, your voice train, or perception train. And for me, the solution was that puberty will have acne. After a lot, you have acne or still have it. I still have acne even though I'm full grown man. There are definitely one of the most annoying thing about puberty. Another negative thing about being a teenager is the academic result. When you're in high school, everyone tells us that important year academically speaking. If you don't get good grades, if you don't get good score and the central test, you can get into good teenager a while this can take it through them. One last thing that could be negative for some teenager if he figuring what they want to do in life. Maybe adolescents have no idea what kind of care they want because they haven't really any experience working any field. I train my mind a full time about what I want to do. Many of friends did too. It can be stressful for a teenager think about stuff. Okay, now going to ask your question about today video. Check your comprehension. Write your answer in the comment down below. 1. How old were I when study going to the gym? At the age, can you guess your drive license in the US? 3. What happens if you get bad grade in high school? Alright, before we go, remember to subscribe to the channel, click on the bell, and follow on Instagram for more elective and lesson. See you next time.